Law enforcement in our state has to stop.
Tonight, we honor the life of Deputy Micah Flick, who is now the third deputy killed in Colorado in the last month and a half.
My fear was losing a member of this family to tragedy in the line of duty. And last night, that fear became a reality.
Denver 7 starts right now.
Flags around our state once again are at half-staff and will remain that way until Deputy Flick is laid to rest. Good evening, everybody. I'm Shannon Ogg.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. El Paso County Deputy Micah Flick was an 11-year veteran of the Sheriff's Department. He was a father of 7-year-old twins, a boy and a girl.
Raised right here, born and raised in Colorado. And the sheriff said, well-liked by everybody on the force.
Deputy Scott Stone, who was also shot, is in stable condition tonight. And Sergeant Jack Abenshin was treated and released last night.
Denver 7's Sally Mamdu joins us live from the sheriff's office. Still a very active investigation, Sally.
Shannon, it feels like we've been doing this story over and over again in the past month or so. The only difference here are the fallen officers' names. Now, today, the sheriff spoke very highly of Micah Flick. Micah Flick leaves behind 7-year-old twin kids and a wife. He was an honorable man and a good cop, a cop that quickly promoted to detective. Another act of violence claims the life of yet another Colorado deputy. 11-year veteran El Paso County Deputy Micah Flick was shot and killed at this eastern Colorado Springs apartment complex.
It's got to end. This senseless violence has got to end.
In today's press conference, El Paso County Sheriff Bill Elder says his officers were conducting an investigation of vehicle theft dressed in plain clothes.
They were wearing clearly visible placards that identify them front and back as police officers. They all had badges around their necks.
When the shooting started, a bystander carrying groceries was hit by some of the bullets, as well as 2 other officers. 5-year veteran Scott Stone was shot in the abdomen, and 16-year veteran Jacob Abenchan was hit by shrapnel.
You hear a pop, 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 and then shortly, just seconds, you hear da-da-da-da-da, real fast succession.
Michael DeRosa lives in the apartment complex where the shooting happened. He said he was walking out of his apartment when things suddenly took a violent turn.
The stains are blood, you know. This is where you're standing, what all the foam is where the officer's blood was.
Tonight, a memorial is slowly growing outside El Paso County Sheriff's Office.
It's just sad, you know. It's just terrible.
He was a daddy, and he was somebody who was trying to protect us.
Sheriff Elder says the latest killing of officers are a sign of lack of respect for the women and men in blue.
Unfortunately, in the past few years, there has been a lack of respect for the men and women that are there to protect our communities. And frankly, it just, it shocks me. It shocks my staff. It shocks the leadership of public safety throughout the country.
Now, just in the last hour, we learned that a memorial service for the fallen deputy will be held at 1 p.m. at New Life Church on Saturday. We are told it's open to the public. The Colorado Springs Police Department is handling the investigation of this shooting, and so far, no suspect information has been released to us. Also, I spoke to one of the roommates of the bystander that was hit. He couldn't comment on his condition, but tells me he remains in the hospital. We'll continue bringing the latest development on this developing story. For now, we are live in Colorado Springs. I'm Sally Mamdu, Denver 7.
Profound sadness. Thank you, Sally.
And you can help the Flick family by sending donations to the El Paso County Sheriff's Office Foundation. There's the address on your screen, 1980 Dominion Way, Suite 200, in the Springs, 80918. Also, we have this address for you right now on the denverchannel.com. Coming up at 6 o'clock on Denver 7, we sit down with a retired sheriff who went through the death of one of his deputies, and he talks about just how hard it is for all of these departments in our state. And we'll bring you the latest on this still developing story, as Sally said, and we'll have it for you right here on Denver 7 and on the denverchannel.com.